Dun 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 dun. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'll be honest, I completely forgot. I thought we started this an hour later than we actually do, which I am very sorry for. So we got a little bit rushed here starting today. I have been enjoying Battlefield 6 so much. I got a bit lost in it today, I'll be honest. But we're back again. We are at round 7 of the NSP series in Brazil. And I'm intrigued to see what kind of lines these fast boys are going to take tonight. Bit of a tighter, more technical track in some places. I haven't checked the sign-up list just yet, but hopefully we have as stacked of a field as we've had the last 2 rounds, because it's been really enjoyable to watch. There's been some good battles going on. Yeah. Krakenberg 125 time for a novice. That is far too niche of a specification there. Uber. No idea. Really no idea. You're probably like 1 out of maybe 10 people that have finished it on a 125 in general, so I wouldn't know what kind of time frame to go with, to be honest. I think... Oh no, they're not up yet. I'll hang around here. We'll see how long it takes. And hello everybody. Welcome. Oh, there we go. Perfect timing. All right, we've got qualifying A, qualifying B. Have we got a C and D group today as well? We do have a C group. Do we have a D? Where's D's nuts? D's nuts. No D just yet. So A, B, and C. We'll hop in there as a spectator. We'll see what kind of lap times people are going to be putting down. So these guys have only had 20 minutes on the track to learn it so far. It looks fire. I'm glad you enjoy it. I think the newest line, like the 2026 FXR gear, is very nice. I have to see if I can acquire some of that myself for next year, riding IRL. I do need to buy a new helmet. By the way, a lot of you guys obviously here very early doors, so I feel like you are the real OGs, the biggest supporters, and I appreciate all of you very much. I have seen 1 or 2 people ask now about the next donator-thon, and I was wondering if anybody would be interested to do it at the very beginning of November, because let me check the calendar real quick. November the 1st is a Saturday, so it could not line up more perfect, because then obviously everyone's finished the work or school week. It just makes sense. I like starting them on Saturdays as well, so we could get like a nice little Saturday and Sunday in there and see how it goes. I meant to be riding... What day is it? Sunday today. I meant to be riding next weekend, but with how the weather's been in the UK the last few weeks, I'll be interested to see if that actually comes to fruition. But that might genuinely be the last time I ride this year with how the weather goes. I'm very much a fair weather rider. I don't like going and getting cold and wet in a field for no reason, so I'll wait until next year when the weather comes back again. Oh, have I turned on my shading again? Yes. I had to turn my shadows and reflections off yesterday when commentating the Nations with Narvo, because I'd never had that many people's skins in my game before downloaded, and my game was struggling really hard trying to run everything. I was getting all kinds of bad frame rate, but yeah, turning off the reflections and stuff helped. But we've got it back on for today. Shouldn't be too bad at all. I'm very well, thank you, Godis. I appreciated all of your support yesterday. I was just saying to these guys, I don't know if you missed it, I'm thinking of doing a donator-thon starting the 1st of November, because it's on a Saturday, which is just absolutely perfect. Perfect for these. My media file doesn't work. I send you a jersey file, will you drag for me? Yeah, I can do. Brock sent me a gear as well, and I looked at it and carried on playing Battlefield and completely forgot to download it. So if you remind me again when qualifying's done, should be able to get it in before the races. Should be alright. Keeps you entertained at work. Are you lucky enough to have a nice little 2-monitor setup, or have you got me on in the background in the ears? Do you find it's crazy to me how bad the game lags when somebody joins a server in spectating? I know you can obviously change your graphic settings so it doesn't happen whilst you're playing, but when you're in spectator mode, I don't think there's any way around it at all, where it loads the bike every time. What we got in here? We've got splashes in this lobby. Braden's been putting in some solid results all season so far. Ryguy had a pretty damn good last moto at Nations yesterday for Team Canada. I think ended up in about 7th or 8th, something like that. We've got JS7s in here as well. And if you haven't watched my preview video from earlier today, there was an announcement. Let me try and find Aiden's message to me quickly. Oh, so many Discord messages at the moment. Save image. Yes. Yes. File Explorer. Downloads. Open. Right, so let me pop this up on the screen for you. So what he's done is decided to make it so that the riders get to drop a race rather than every single round counting. So you get to drop your 2 worst scores. So after all 12 rounds, only 10 of the rounds are going to count. So whichever your 2 worst results are, they get rid of. Just because you see like Splash has missed a round, Chapstick's missed a round, did Neon? No, Willie's missed a round here and he got an awful result here as well. Jake's missed some as well. So it just gives people that haven't had the chance to do every single round more of an opportunity to do well in the championship. Now the points themselves, or the red plate still hasn't changed because this has actually helped Cam in a way. It's removed Cam's 2 worst results. So he's actually gone win-win, second win. So he's extended his points lead. He's 15 points out in front. But what it has done is bring 2nd, 3rd and 4th really close together. They're all within 1 point. So I'm a fan of what Aiden's done here, and we'll see how that impacts the overall results at the end of the year. Yeah, you're okay to send me DMs, Godis. Absolutely fine. It's looking good, thank you. I haven't washed it today, so it's a bit scraggly and all over the place. I'm just I'm letting it grow out more now. It's definitely thicker than it was the first time I let it grow out because it was still kind of coming through. Let it grow out a bit and then actually go and get a haircut properly rather than just shaving it all off again myself every single time. And should be looking good by like Christmas time. I'm more excited to rock up to visit my parents around Christmas and for them to see how it is all updated. Alex, what were your thoughts on Team Belgium's performance yesterday? Not ideal. I think a wild Dylan might have been needed. I see J7's going deep there. And he's going to triple the whole thing. Yeah, going to double under the bridge probably. And then round to the right, step over. Yep, step over, triple in. And then I just believe the line here is to go triple in and then land on top of this next table. And then off and single. Someone, at some point today, is going to step all the way over this table here. They're going to take off here, jump over that, over this single, and they're going to downside this. So then they'll be able to get a clean double going into the corner. And it'll set you up really, really nicely for the whoops. Well, Vixnev. See, oh, he survived it. He got his front wheel over. He slapped it down on the ground. That worked out quite well. You're going to London over Christmas. That's cool. What are you going to see, Godis? Is there any special occasion for it, or just deciding to get away? Alright, let's follow Splash for a little bit. He's at the top of this qualifying session right now. He's in a 106.1. See what kind of lines he's taken. Little step up and over the wall. Didn't improve that lap, but we'll stay on with him again. So these guys are choosing to go out on the outside there. I was curious to see if they'd go around the outside or hug it tight and just double in. But they are going around the outside, then going triple, roll, triple into the corner. Get the dragons back, on, off. Is he going to jump around the corner? Or is he checking up? He's jumping around. Does he get the triple out? It's a bit of a stretch, especially when you lose traction coming out. And now he spun just a little bit too much. That chalked that lap for him, so he's going to go back to the pits. He didn't actually go very far. He spawned right here next to where he was. That does look like it's a bit of a journey to get to the finish line. So maybe these guys won't be restarting as many laps as we usually see. Maybe they'll try and see it through to the end. We'll follow him again. Upload finish. Braden's in second in this lobby right now. Good result for him so far. Just going on, off. You get that triple in. Oh, jumps a little bit wide. No, it's fine. Triple again. Surprised they still don't let you pre-order MTG on Steam. The reason they're not doing it on Steam is because of how much of a percentage of the money Steam takes. So the reason they've done it, yeah, through their own website is they get all of the money from it. And when, I guess, you're trying to get as much money as you can do to be able to develop the game as best as you can as well, that's probably the best way of going, rather than having it up on Steam. Which, in my mind, it makes sense. And I know, obviously, some people will feel a certain way, but I feel like the very simple answer is if you'd rather get it on Steam, then wait until full release and then get it on Steam that way instead. Alright, is there anybody else in this lobby that we can kind of hop on board with and watch a lap? I mean, we're already 10 minutes deep. Wait, Brock's in this lobby. I haven't seen Brock on the track once yet. Let's follow Brock around. Let's get the old automatic cameras that Aiden's made for us. Oh, poor timing. The commentator's tuned in on him just as he messes up that section. It's a nice quad out, though. I don't know if he hit an alternative line on purpose going through there, or if he just salvaged messing up. He's about to go over the finish line for his first timed recorded lap there. He goes up into second, so half a second behind Splash, but we did see him tag one of the jumps a little bit. Let's stay on him for this lap. He's going to step on, step off, inside. He's only able to double, triple, but then he can jump around the corner here. Nice. And then triple all the way around. So some alternative lines. He does come up short on that. It's going to cost him a lot of time. Gets a bit of an iffy rhythm there. Almost jumps over the barrels coming into that corner and comes up short on that triple as well. So that's his lap finished. Let's go and hop into server B and see who's in there. I have some days, Nizzy, where I'll load up my Steam and I'll just look at all my games and hover over a few of them and just not actually want to load anything. I was just like, I don't know what to play today, but at the same time, I don't want to play anything. When the Black Ops 7 beta came out, I absolutely hated it on day one. And then they removed skill-based matchmaking, and I quite enjoyed it the last couple of days of it. But then Black Ops 7, not Black Ops 7, Battlefield 6 came out, was it 2 days ago? And I haven't been able to get off of it. I've had so much fun on Battlefield. And I love the fact that Battlefield actually rewards you for playing objective-based. You don't just run around and get kills all the time. I had 2 games earlier where I went, dropped a 50 bomb. I had 51 kills and then 54 kills, respectively. And I've just been having a good time with it. To get my COD FXR kit? No, I haven't had it yet. I need to message Dan about it again, because I think he said he was going to sort it out. I'll have a look. Boy, with a very good lap time in here. It was 106, wasn't it, that Splash had? So Boy at the top with 105.2 right now. Willie's just slotted himself up into second, just in front of Steiner. Willie's chalked his lap there. He's going to be going back to the pits and coming out again. Where's Stin? There he is. Watch Steiner, he's just coming to an end of the lap. I thought for a second he was on a TM, just with the colourway of the bike. I really did think he was on a TM there. We got a fair few fast people, so I think the racing tonight is going to be fairly exciting. We'll watch Steiner, because Steiner's one lap speed is pretty damn good. It's just the consistency that I think he lacks on just a little bit. I don't know what Breezy's doing here, if he's trying to distract Steiner at all, or if he's just got it wrong and trying to hang on for dear life, but bro was way off the track there. Well, front end, trying to brake a little bit too hard whilst the track goes up over that little inside roller. Front end said no. He's still carrying on the lap low, so I don't know if he's running... Oh, there we go. No, he's chalked it now. Don't know if he's running max HUD. I find it so weird that, like, these two boys, they are out on the track right now, but I have to, like, kind of spam to view them over and over and over again before it actually lets me watch them. Sniping on Black Ops 7, I think's a little bit OP, to be honest. I was playing the open Search and Destroy game mode, and it was just full team of snipers both times. And the fact that you can run overkill and the SMG, run like the Dravec as the SMG, which is still good at mid to long range as well for an SMG, get the sniper out. Great time. Did Troy change his name again? I actually don't know. I think you guys will have a better idea of that than me. If he has changed his name, I cut... Is that not cuts? I feel like he jumped quite far over the tough blocks there. If he has changed his name, I do not know, so you guys will have to keep me up to date on that. However, I do... If he's running the same gear and bike that he usually runs, I will be able to see him at some point. The track coming through, is it now? Oh, Reed is barking. Big P24 for Reed. Should we watch him? Comment. No pressure or anything. He's just messing another lap up there. Yeah, it does make me happy at the same time, Dom, in seeing you struggle to build tracks, because I say over and over again to people when I'm doing track walk videos of just how hard it is to make tracks, and I definitely think once everybody has made at least one track, you gain such an appreciation for the high level ones that we do get. It's not easy at all. He was signed up as Troy's in Group C. Okay, we'll hop into Group C in a second as well. I kind of just want to watch somebody complete a lap, but it looks like this track is catching a lot of these guys out. I mean, Boy is quite far in a lap here. Oh my goodness, trying to double that from that low side on the right, not ideal. Lipo's in here, rocking his Team Ireland skins. Lipo had some pretty damn good speed during Nations yesterday. He ended up getting in through... Wait, was he in the B main? I feel like it was Argentina that made it through the B main, but then I feel like I might have saw Lipasek in it as well. No idea. Either way, he had some good speed yesterday in the races. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Fuzzy Bud's doing my job for me. That's why he's king of the Yap Championships for these live streams. He's helping a brother out. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Fuzzy. Right, let's hop into group numero C. Cam might be in this one, so they should have Cam and Troy in this one together. We'll give them a watch. Da 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 da. I never thought that I've played Battlefields in the past, and my favourite one of all time was Bad Company 2. I just hadn't played them much since then. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying this one. During the beta, I struggled quite a lot, like I was getting melted. But over the last 2 days, my aim has got so much better. I'm like snapping on people, I'm hitting constant headshots so they die a lot quicker. I will say shotguns are very OP. Very, very, very OP. Oh my goodness, Cam and Tyler are at the top. Troy! Oh, okay. I think that's got Troy in about P4, P5 overall qualifying. And Keegan's racing today. And we got old man Dizzle in here as well. Okay, I think we're in for some good racing today, gamers. We've got a lot of fast boys signed up. Hop on here with Cam for a little bit. Does he get over? I don't know how these boys jump so far. I don't know if they've just got a disgusting amount of preload or rebound on their suspensions, but I tried a fair few times to get over that jump clean, and I just couldn't do it. The best I could do was barely get the front end over. Did he just go faster there? So he's on a 104.1 right now. Let's stay on Cam and see what kind of lines he's taking. Gets an inside triple and then triple again. He's just going to roll this. Oh no, he doubles around the corner. I did try that when I was learning the track, but it kind of gave me a similar result to he had there. So I wonder if he's just having a bit of fun with that, or if that's something he's going to try and do on a consistent basis. If you remember last week, he found an alternative line after the finish line. There was like a little roller that he was scrubbing and then jumping off after that. And so we've got Troy in front of us here, so Troy is running his normal name. And he's got a really good lap time. To only be a second off the Cam right now in quali is really impressive stuff. I don't know if Troy's been on a bit of a grind. I mean, he didn't qualify for Team Guam at Nations. Maybe he's been doing a little bit of Supercross in his spare time. Who knows? Tyler going inside here. I respect some alternative line choices. And I don't know if the guy that went outside messed it up. But it didn't look like it cost Tyler any time at all doing that. I suppose you're cutting the corner a lot shorter, aren't you? I do like that as well, you know, like just checking up mid-rhythm section to be able to get a clean downside before the whoops. I would prefer to see him going inside before the whoops, though. I'm guessing he's going outside to make sure the bike's in a completely straight line. I say that, he's gone at 103.2. He's just dethroned Cam. He's gone an entire second quicker than his last lap was. So he knows what he's doing. There's a reason that #1 plate is on his bike. It's a shame that he decided to have a big skill issue IRL and snap his back in half, because if he was able to do all the rounds of this series, I really do think he'd be able to give Cam a good run for the title. Troy's been setting a lot of world records on popular tracks, so he's on a huge grind. Okay. I can't bring myself to do it. I run lap times on some of the more popular tracks, you know, like the Farm 14s and the Walnuts and stuff. And I'm like 4 seconds off. I don't know how people go so fast on flat tracks with how the tyres are at the moment and how slippery the game is. Can we get a PC check on Troy? Can we get a hardware check? See if there's any other programs installed on the PC? We'll stay on board with him for a lap, see what he's doing, see how he's riding. I think Troy's just been good at flat tracks in general. When you get like the really technical, choppy outdoors tracks or like sand tracks as well, I think that's his more kryptonite where he struggles. But where he had all of them hours of like the Papiti grind back in the day on tracks like Forest and things like that, he's very, very good at those sort of stock tracks and I guess the most popular tracks anyway. I remember I used to do a bit of Papiti as well, and I'd be riding a 450 back then and he'd be rocking on like a Honda 250 and he'd still get really, really close to beating me. Bit of a messy lap, this lap for him though. I don't know if he's just circulating, trying to get some time under his belt. See, Cam did improve, so he was 0.8 behind Tyler. He's now only 0.6 behind. We'll see if he can find the extra 0.6. See what he can do with it. Nice jump around the corner there, gets on the brakes as well. So he's going outside here compared to Tyler's inside. Double into here, just open up the corner as much as he can to step over. He actually went a bit long. Is he going to get a clean triple out? Yes. Is he going to change his line here, or is he going to go triple? Got an okay downside. Yeah, I don't think he was ever going to get the distance there. But that's kind of best case scenario. You get that little bounce and double all the way into the corner. Good run through the whoops from the inside as well. Got one more turn. Going to try and stay low over this table. Straight to the finish. Doesn't improve on his lap. We'll stay on with him again for one more before we... Actually, I don't think I'm going to hop into Group D. There's only 5 people in it. But it does make me happy to see that we are still getting that many sign-ups, because... What's that? A minimum of like 65, something like that, which I think is pretty good for round 7 of a Supercross series. There we go. So Cam ordered it. We'll stay on for Tyler for one more time. I want to see if Tyler sticks to the lines that he's been taking, or if he just managed to set a really good lap by taking alternative lines and he can go even quicker. And if he messes this one up, just like that, I'm going to hop back into Group A to see if Splash and Brock have improved at all. Why is my game so orange? The track is very orange in general. Like this track's really, really orange. I do have a reshade on, but I think it really just makes things look a bit brighter. If I turn it off, it just gets dark. Yeah, Brock's racing. You beat Troy at an Enduro. That's kind of your thing though, isn't it, Rockwood? Big Enduro guy. My reshade, the base of it is Hurren's one from the Hurren compound, and I've tweaked it more to my stuff. It's not something that's like downloadable at all. There's so many different settings in there that have been tweaked. So if I turn reshade off, that's obviously, the track is quite orange anyway. What's my... No, not that one. Not that one. That one. So it is still quite an orangey red. So my one just kind of adds a bit more contrast and brightens it up a little bit. Splash with a 104.6, so I think that has him in around 3rd place now. But Brock's an entire second back on that, which is probably not what Ken Broxton's looking for right now. I need Brock to lock in a little bit. Get the speed going. Oh, he might be on a good lap here. No, we'll watch him for this one. Pacing the finish line and going into the bales in the first corner is not the best move there. These boys getting quite a few resets in here, and I'm telling you, this is a very tricky track, and it's definitely one that you can override, because Aiden's done a few of these corners once you leave the stadium, where it's got the raised inside, and you want to just hit the corner as fast as you can, but you need to kind of practice a bit of throttle control, so you don't slide the back end too much. You can still get up and over the triple after it. I thought he was going to go triple and then still jump around the corner then. That would have been nice. Bit slow up that dragon's back there. He didn't have the best corner. And then yeah, he's trying to brake and turn at the same time. I'm sure the front end fold on him a little bit. I hate how when I change player in replay mode, it changes the camera every single time as well. Rock's choosing to go over. Is he still going to jump all the way in? I don't really like that because it looks like it makes it even harder to stop for the corner afterwards. Let's get over that though, which is nice. Then quads it again. And jump around this corner also. Try and get on the brakes. There's no need to take that corner quite as wide because the double's quite easy after it. You just have to kind of jump from left side to right side. We've got Marco's doing this as well. Rye guy's in here running some decent pace right now. He's about to go over the lines. He improved his lap at all. He hasn't, but we'll stay on with him for this. Go on off. Step over. Triple into the turn. Tags the back end a little bit. Doesn't seem to affect him too much though. Nicely over the dragon's back. Round to the right. Gets stuck in the bow. I don't think he's going to be able to triple this now. Oh, he does. He still gets it. But he has to go on. He can't... he's going to triple into the turn. Checks up a bit. So he hugs it quite tight here. And then he jumps from right to left. A little tie tap. Oh, that was almost a bit steezy. That was almost quite nice. Almost very, very nice. Yeah. Still use a PS4 controller. I've got just standard one. No paddles on the back or anything. Just standard DualShock 4 controller. I'm a big advocate of it's not broke, don't fix it. And even when the controller is broke a lot of the time, I still won't fix it. But that's just what I'm comfortable on, that's all. I do be comfy on it. You know full well, like these races usually end at about like 10:30 my time. I'm 100% hopping straight back on Battlefield once this is all done. I'll have to message Reaper at some point to see if we can play together, because I know he's made like the FPS channel, so I think he'd definitely be up for it. My issue is I don't know if I want to play the game on over 100 ping. Boy, I've never seen Boy put in lap times this quick in Supercross. I do consider him to be more of an outdoors guy. The game physically won't let me watch him right now. It won't let me watch most people. There we go. Yeah, Boy to me he's more of a GP kind of guy, a bit more consistent. But he's been barking the indoors. At least today. Upgrade to PS5? I just don't need to. PS5 controllers are very expensive. It's got like the haptic feedback on the triggers that I really don't feel like I need either, and they all do the same job, to be honest. I think he thought he was going to go a bit quicker there, but I think he's kind of sent the finish line for no reason, really. Did he go quicker? It was 104.7 as he crossed the line. Oh, he did. He went faster by 0.01. So there, if you think that was worth it or not. Or slides out a little bit there. Step off, tags the back end again. Yeah, just like that. He knows the lap's done. What about Mr. Stinia? Reed's put a lap in now, finally, as well. He's going to go for another one right here. That's not where the track goes, sir. Not his finest moment on the old camera. Yeah, there's some people in this game that use the paddles on the back, like on scuff controllers and stuff, for gear shifting. I personally don't need to because I play claw. I think that's the biggest factor, is if you play claw grip, you don't need to use paddles. If you don't play claw grip, then paddles are probably quite beneficial for you. They don't add any sort of advantage or disadvantage by having them or not. That's purely down to comfortability. Like, I don't feel at a disadvantage on a standard controller compared to someone using a paddle controller. I definitely think it's more a case of just personal preference and what you're comfortable on. Steiner's running some fast times here, but... Oh, there we go, finally. I say, it will not let me spectate him. I'll stay on board with him. Triple. He's staying low through the rhythms, which is really important. Use the double around the corner there. I don't know if that's quicker, just because of how you end up jumping into the corner afterwards. Bouncing on it crazy style, little X Games mode action. No, I just commentate these ones, LJM. No racing from moi. We've got a minute and a half left of qualifying. We'll see if Steiner can go any faster at all. Short there. That's going to chalk that one. Anybody else? We could watch Willie for a lap. He's about to start one. He's got 1 minute left, so maybe like 2 more attempts. Comes up short on the finish line. It's not the greatest start. What I'm going to do actually, whilst he's riding round, need to download some gear. Alex, we need to have words. You can't be sending me 1 GB downloads every single week and so late as well. Like, that's outrageous. Just a gigabyte in general is crazy work. Right, that's installing. It's zipping Rock's one as well, so I should be able to drag and drop these over afterwards. I must have downloaded at least 10 gigs worth of stuff for Nations yesterday, and my PC was struggling. I'm going to have a full MX Bikes folded detox at some point because there was so much stuff. Right, open with WinRAR, Boso, MX Bikes. I can drop that. Replace files. That's one. And then that one. Replace 72 files. I would already have most of it installed then. Moving 191 items. Why is there 191 items every single week? Tyler with a world record 103.1. Tyler's feeling himself today. So now that's done as well. Cool. Right, close that, close that. Close that also. That's qualifying all done, so I can actually close my game and then I'll reopen it and I'll have the extra skins in there as well. Yeah, you're correct there, audio. Don't get caught up in the terminology of it too much. The only reason people call things pro setups compared to other setups is because a pro runs it, but you could still be running that exact same setup, you know? So don't try and fall for the marketing too much of this is a pro setup and this is that and this is that. You'll find a lot of the time no one setup will make everybody better because a lot of it is still personal preference as well. So if I run a certain suspension on my bike, if I then give my suspension to a complete beginner, for example, it might be too stiff for them because they're not going fast enough to get all of the benefits of that suspension. So then it will feel really bad for them. Then at the same time, one pro could send me whatever suspension they're using and I could try it and I could hate it because I play the game in a completely different way and vice versa. It goes multiple ways. So try not to get sucked in too much to the whole pro setup debate and just experiment with a bunch of different things and find what suits you personally. That's qualifying done already. That was really, really quick. Hello, Lakin. Welcome back to the stream. So what Fuzzy just said there is something that realistically shouldn't make any sense, but because we're different riders and ride at different styles and paces, it works. So the suspension that I used in outdoors last year worked good for Fuzzy indoors this year. So yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I was about to change something then, can't remember. Oh, update the overlay. So from qualifying to heat race 1. There we go. Do 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 do. Let me load up my MXB as well. we can get the overall qualifying results up on the screen. Let's close all these tabs that I don't need. Close, close, close. Right, racing. It still slaps, does it? Maybe I should try it again. Should try it again on the KTM. What day are we on? Sunday. Where's NSP? Am I being an idiot? There it is. It's called KBR NSP. What? Okay, that's weird. I just clicked, like, I was already logged into the website, I clicked on the race, and it's now making me log in again. Right, we'll try again. There we go, right. Heat race list. Results are not up just yet, just give it a couple minutes. I wouldn't even say they're the greatest starting point, to be honest, if we're talking in terms of suspension, because, yeah, like I said earlier, if I give my suspension to somebody that is on day one of playing the game, they won't be able to utilize that suspension, and it won't be as forgiving, and it might work worse for them. I don't know if you watch much of the real life motocross racing, but last year, was it last year or was it the year before? Anyway, there was one guy that was on a privateer bike, so he didn't have all of the pro suspensions and stuff, and he was riding near the front. For those of you that do know, I'm talking about Ty Masterpool riding the KX 450. And because of how his suspension was set up, and it wasn't as stiff as the really, really fast guys, the suspension was actually helping him more around this certain track. So I don't know, I don't think there's ever one size fits all. The most important thing for you to do as you're learning the game is to find settings that suit you the most in terms of how quickly the bike turns and your controller settings. Then when you get a level of comfortability with that, then you can experiment a bunch with the suspension side of things. Right, these times are up. Let's bring it up on screen. Zoom in a little bit as well. So Tyler fastest with a 103.1. We've then got Cam in second with a 103.7. So Tyler actually going over half a second quicker than anyone else, which is really impressive. But then again, from second to third is almost another entire second. So at the moment, Tyler and Cam are kind of on another level to the rest of the field. I don't know who this is. Somebody with no name and no number. 104.8. Trying to think if he would have ran a 104.8. No idea. Absolutely no clue. We'll find out. I doubt we'll have a blank naming game. Weird seeing Hurlins on a Honda. Oh, I know. It's going to be so weird. I feel the same way about seeing Tomac on a KTM or Sexton on a Cowie. There's so many changes that are going to be happening all around the world next year. I'm excited for the racing. I might try and make a point of watching all of the GPs next year, because I usually only watch a couple of rounds. But I might try and watch all of them. Do I know if there'll be an OEM update for next year? I don't think so. But I'm not part of the OEM group anymore. I don't really follow the OEM news at all. If I wake up one day and there's been an OEM update, then oh yeah, cool, W, and I'll do a video on it. But from what I hear, it'll just see people typing in different Discords. I think they've just taken a massive break from it all, just real life stuff. Dun 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 dun. I want to play Battlefield. Yeah, I think kind of each person on the OEM team's dealing with different things all at the same time at the moment. So it's like one's gone through a divorce, one's moving, one might change jobs, this, that, and the other. And we have to realise as well, it is all done for free. So as much as we would like updates to happen all the time, they are real people with real lives, you know. Can't afford to spend months and months at a time working on stuff for a video game. Get the man off the damn bike. Aiden, ban him, he's on the track. Get him gone. He's cheating. Extra practice. Yeah, Prado's already been let out of his contract, I believe. I think both Monster and Cowie have let him go. I imagine if the OEM team started charging, there'd be absolute uproar. I can't imagine that going over well with the community. If it was a case of it was always paid for, then I think they'd be fine. Yeah, I downloaded... well, Alex sent me a pack read. It wasn't like one individual gear. It was like a gigabyte size, so I'm guessing he packed it in with that. I think he put your stuff in with that. You'd have to ask him. Yeah, he sent me a pack, and then I downloaded something that Brock sent me as well, and closed my game and reopened it, so I should be able to see. Yeah, the drink. Yeah, Monster Energy have let him go. Oh, I didn't even see KFC in the lobbies. I must not have been paying much attention. Team France were a little bit of a letdown in MX of Nations yesterday. I'm going to be brutally honest. Again, I'm still questioning their decision to put Brad on a 450 and Dorian on a 250. I really think it should have been the other way around. Rounds in this series, either 11 or 12. But I can confirm that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, 12 rounds. So this is round 7. So then after this, we are going to Poland. Then we're going to Washington. Then Italy, Portugal, and Florida. And Daytona Speedway will end us off, which is good. Aiden's won Daytona before in his Supercross career. So I'm interested to see what kind of a Daytona, like a fantasy Daytona layout Aiden would be able to create for us to race on. So here we go, gamers. Everybody's onto the line. I'm guessing there might be at least one red flag. We usually get at least one per race these days. Who's it going to be? These guys have something like 8 minutes plus a lap. I can't remember how long the heat races are. We'll find out when the gate drops. In here, we've got Tyler, Splash, Neon, Willie, Cloud. Looks like he had a good qualifying. Brock's in here. Brock a bit far down, actually. I think he qualified 11th overall today. We've got KFC, Rye Guy, Submax had a good qualifying by the looks of it. Breezy's in here as well. We've got a fair few good people, so there's going to be some people that might... Oh my goodness, absolute carnage in turn 1. I'd say half the pack is dead. Half the pack's gone. Brock with a good start. He has been getting good starts in this series, though, and he's choosing to go inside, and he's going to go double, step on, step off, quad into the corner. And I think Splash hit the normal line there, next to Brock, so both of them alternative lines seem to work out really equal to each other. Splash going to dive up the inside, making a clean pass. It enabled Brock to be a bit heads up. Had a little look to his left, saw Splash was there, checked up, cut back underneath, goes back into lead. So Splash had a lead for about half of the corner, and it's back to how it was. Both of these choosing to triple out of that corner, triple again. Is anyone going to jump around the corner, or are they going to roll it? Both choosing to roll it. A little mistake from Splash there, but gets going again, no problem. Mr. Wheels, aka Austin C, he is up into P3, a good start to the night for him. And then we have got Weto. I don't know if I've seen Weto race before. He's up into P4, loving life. We have OT as well, good start to this race for him. Well, he's not able to get the triple out of there, but he's playing it safe, checking up and just going for the double in. That's going to stop him losing too much extra time. He finds himself sat in about 6th. Budget Style's just in front of him in the 5th place. Right Guy going up the inside of KFC, gets a nice little tyre tap there. And I think that inside, once you get it right, it is actually quicker. But it looks like it's more difficult to do on a consistent basis. KFC and Vixnev get into each other. I think Vixnev is from Oceania somewhere. So that might have been a little bit of a ping situation between them two. Breezy's going to work his way through right now. I think that moves Breezy up into the final transfer spot into 9th place. He's choosing to go to the outside here, get a good run through the whoops. These boys all running head to toe through here. However, the two out in front basically running the same pace by the looks of it. Still right on top of each other. I'm wondering if this is one of them situations. You know, it's only a heat race. The top 9 people make it through. Is Splash really going to be looking to try and make an aggressive pass? Or is he just going to chill behind Brock? This is a perfect corner to make an aggressive pass, by the way. Like dive bomb into the inside and blocking the other rider from jumping into the section properly. Both going on, off. Splash hugging the inside here. Both choosing to go outside in this next corner. Very, very close racing to each other. This is really nice to see. Brock putting his hand up. I think he knows he was blocking him just a little bit there by going a little bit slow. Both stepping over, both tripling. Here we go. This is the alternative rhythm. So Brock going inside and doubling. Splash going outside and stepping on. He almost gets a step over clean. And then by the time they get to the end of the rhythm section, it works out basically bang on perfect. I think Aiden's going to be smiling from ear to ear seeing that and just knowing that the alternative rhythms are possible. I'm wondering if that will come into effect during the actual race. I'm surprised that that works out so even, because like Brock only doubles in and then he checks up and has to do a step on. I think it's purely because of how much time he saves going tight inside in the corner before. There's a lot less track that he's having to run. Yeah, good battle up in front for these two. I guarantee as soon as I stop watching them, a pass will happen. Will's in a bit of lonely P3 right now. Ride Guy moving up to P4, making very quick work of some of the people he's had to pass already. Now we've got Weto dropping from P4 to P5. Budget Style still doing well up here. Breezy's made a fair few passes, so he was in 9th earlier on. As he gets the Dragons back all kinds of wrong and goes down. Tyler's having to do a bit of a charge. I believe he went down in that first corner carnage that we saw. Oh, he jumps into the back of Budget Styles and he goes down. Budget says, I go to the gym, buddy. My bike's not even moving, even though you ran into the back of me. And Tyler goes down again as he tries re-entering the track a little bit too fast. So that's going to give Neon a fair few positions there. That's going to gift him a couple of spots. Weto's going to go down. It's another spot to Neon. So I think Neon's leapfrog about 3, maybe 4 positions in the space of a couple of corners there. That's going to put him up into a transfer position. Ryguy is closing in on Wheels. And then Brock has made up a little bit of time on Splash. I'm wondering if there was some mistakes coming in there or if Brock's just picked up the pace. I can already see some of the erode come in, which is nice. Usually the erode takes a while to form on these tracks. I wonder if Aiden's cranked up the erode values at all tonight. Moto 910 making a mistake in that rhythm section. That's going to enable Cam number 2 to go past. And Cam lands on Submac. Submac drawing the short straw there. He's going to go down. Lipasec, is he in a spot? No, Lipasec's in 13th, so he's out of a transfer spot right now. So is Willie. He's one of the people that you'd expect to be able to go straight through. Although he is not unfamiliar with going to the LCQ so far this season. He's been in a few of them. I think it's just mostly down to the starts. I don't think he gets out the gate very well. And he's going to go down again there, trying to tee up a pass on OT. And right now, Ryguy is making up really, really good time on this P3 position, as he's kind of feeling himself going into the main event tonight. A mistake from Did KFC just fully cut the track? No, he didn't. Okay. Just want to make sure. I thought he'd crashed going this way, and then he just decided to go here instead and miss out a corner. He's absolutely fine. Just had to do a little bit of due diligence there, make sure everyone's obeying the rules. There we go. Wheels is actually just going to check up and let Ryguy go past, as Ryguy jumps far left to right, almost lands on Wheels. I think Wheels is in one of them positions. He's just trying to get top 9. He's trying to make it through to the main event. He knows he hasn't got to try and force it a little bit too much. Going back a bit further, Cloud has moved up into a P5 now. I haven't seen too much of him so far this race, so he's making some moves quietly. Budget Styles is losing a position here and there. Neon choosing to jump around the corner. Doesn't make a pass from it, though. KFC is still up here. KFC has a hell of a lot of cuts, by the way. He is in 9th position on track. However, he's in 14th position after cuts come into play. So this is not going to do him many favours. Tyler looking to try and make a way past. He's anywhere he goes, it seems like KFC has it covered, moving from right to left. Tyler going up the inside, makes it a block pass. Somehow, Tyler jewels the short straw there, and his bike gets kind of flung to the right-hand side. But he's going to try and... Is he going to go up the inside here, or is he going to filter in? He filters in. Smart move. It would have been a bit silly, I think, to try and make an aggressive pass up the inside there. Both of these guys choosing to go around the outside, going into the rhythm. KFC does slide out. That's going to enable Tyler to jump past him. Go step on, step off. He's going to go to the outside here. He does. KFC going to the inside. That's going to give KFC even more cuts. Lots of cuts coming out. I'm hoping these aren't intentional corner cuts that we're seeing here. Neon's going to go across the line in 6th position. So Neon's been making lots of forward progress. He's got Cloud just in front of him. Has anything changed for the lead at all? Let's try and find our leaders. No, still about a 2-second gap. You know, Brock and Splash both running very consistent races. Getting out in front early and just doing their thing. No point throwing down any mid-heat race heaters. You may as well wait until the main event to try and do a push. Brock still favouring that inside, and I like that line. You can see the outside is starting to go away a little bit more here as the erode comes in, which is going to make it tricky. I don't know how well you can see on stream, but we're starting to get some grooves in the face of this jump, so that's going to kick these boys a little bit here and there. So they won't know 100% what the bike's going to do until they're up in the air. Rye Guy must have gone down, because Wills has just made his way back past again. Neon up into 5th now, gets himself into the top 5. Good little comeback ride, doing some damage limitation. Trying to give himself the best gate pick possible. KFC has moved up past Weto and TJ. Oh no, there's something weird going on there. I don't know what's happening. But he's in P10 right now because of his cuts. So Tyler might get gifted a transfer spot here just by keeping it on 2 wheels and staying on the track. That Lipo is just out of it. He's in 11th place at the moment. So he's going to have to try and gain a little bit of time on the people in front of him. Tyler, Budget Style. Yeah, Budget Styles is trying to make a move on KFC. Brock and Splash are very close together now, though. It's the last lap. What have I just watched? I'm not sure what I've just witnessed here. Hang on. So Willie goes down. Oh, okay. So Vixnev's bike went flying off. Then Willie's bike went flying off. And Willie's hit the rage quit button. That's understandable. Okay. I thought there was some sort of track cutting and punting going on, but that wasn't it. And Splash actually beats Brock there. I'm so sorry. I was watching all that drama. I didn't actually see the two boys hit the finish line. What happened? So Brock went inside as he has been. Splash went around the outside. Damn, Splash didn't even hit the big line. He just stayed a bit lower. Checked up there. Is he going to dive to the inside in this last corner? No, Brock dives to the inside. Maybe that was a bit too tight. What happened? Did he get the table wrong? Oh, no, it must have been on cuts. Yeah, it was purely on cuts. Okay. So Brock gathered a second cut somewhere during that heat race, and Splash managed to capitalise by keeping it up on 2 wheels. So Splash wins that one, followed by Brock. Rye Guy moving his way up into 3rd by the end of that. Good race from him. Neon came from quite far back up to 4th. Austin finished in 5th. Cloud in 6th. Tyler made his way up to 7th after some first corner carnage. That is not going to give him the best gate selection for the main event. So we'll see if he can try and work with that. Budget Styles in 8th. Good race for him. And then KFC finishes top 9. Even with the cuts included there, he manages to do enough to see his way through to the main event. So 10th place Weto. Everyone below him will be going to the LCQ. Now, speaking about Tyler's bad gate pick, he had a really bad gate during MX of Nations yesterday. However, he still managed to capitalise on it, and I think he got the whole shot from about gate 25 or 30, something like that. So he is able to get out of the gate, but Supercross, I think, is a whole different beast, because you have people on the inside that have to turn left before they turn right, just because of the way the gate points. You've got people like here that want to cut over and move early. And when everybody is from different parts of the world and there's kind of ping involved and all sorts, it does get a little bit sketchy sometimes. So I'm very intrigued to see how the main event start will go for him from one of them further outside gates. But that's heat race number 1 completed. We are going to leave this server and hop into heat race number 2. That looked like quite a fun battle to watch there, Splash. Like, you two seem to be running exactly the same pace. Damn, Brock's using government tags. That's crazy work. Would Battlefield be a bit of you? I don't know, Ols, because obviously that if you want it to be, the gameplay can be a bit slower. But I do think you do need a good aim on Battlefield at the moment. Otherwise, you'll get absolutely beamed. I've been enjoying it quite a lot. But at the same time, it's a lot of money buying all these games and then only playing it for a little bit. Carl, I don't think we've got a final official MX Bikes of Nations results yet, because there's been a bit of drama / accusations around one of the Australian riders. So the unofficial results is USA 1st, Great Britain 2nd, Australia 3rd, and New Zealand 4th, off the top of my head. However, if Australia get docked, then New Zealand will leapfrog them and get 3rd. But I don't think there's official set in stone results that have been released just yet. I don't know who. I think the only reason that there's an investigation into it, Vixnev, is because where Dan White's been banned before and he's ridden on like 3 different people's accounts and got them banned as well. Dan said that he wanted to ride Nations under someone's ID. So to see Tom kind of come out of nowhere, I know Tom's fast anyway, but that was an unreal performance that he had yesterday. I think I can see why there might be some suspicions there. To me, I think it might have just been a good ride. Obviously, you've got all these grey areas right now anyway, because you've got all the bloody like Kaizo shit, which I actually hate, that you can't fully trust people no matter what. It's not my place to say, really. I enjoyed watching the racing. I had so much fun commentating it with Narvo yesterday. I hope that it's not the last time that I get to do it. We'll see. We'll see what comes out of it. I mean, the people that will be able to find out who it was are on the case. Like, we can find IP addresses. We can know what, like, card paid for the track on the shops and what names tie up with this, that, and the other, and, like, where that's registered. And there's so much information that they can find from the people that run the servers. So I'm sure we'll get a result in hopefully not too long about it. It'll be nice to have just, like, an actual, like, set in stone result. The server just go... Oh my god, I thought the server died, but we're starting already. So in this one, we have got Cam, Boy, Steiner. Troy's in this one as well. So for you Troy fans, I wish him the best of luck. Hope he gets through. He had a really good qualifying, actually, compared to the people that are around him. Reed's in here, and I expect Reed to get off to a really good start in here. He's got his starts dialed. Keegan, who is I think, is it two-time 250 Supercross champion? We've then got Braden, got Dizzle doing it for the old men. I think he's only like 25. I don't think he's actually that old. In MX Bikes years, he's ancient, but then so am I. We've got Davey in here as well for the Dutch people. Marco didn't have a great qualifying by the looks of it, but he's still in there. I think someone might have... Oh no, that's just my PC being weird. So Cam actually choosing to go on gate 2 here, which is an interesting one, because I think he has to turn left before he turns right. Very interesting indeed. Revs up. Who's going to get a good jump? Gate down. Oh, Reed moving quite far to the right there. Cam has the inside. I think he's going to use his muscle and push everyone else out of the way. He does. So, whole shot for Cam in this heat. Off to a good start. He should be able to hold it there. Dizzle going right up Reed's booty hole. Actually moving Reed out of the way there. I know them two have had their fair share of words back and forth in various discords. I do have to say, Dizzle is looking rather snazzy. Very snazzy indeed. I'm liking the fluorescent vibe that's going on there. And Boy, I think Boy had his best qualifying so far this season. He is up into a P3, so a good start for him. So Cam 1, Dizzle 2, Boy 3 as we go across the line. Then got Braden, we've got Eggshit, we've got Dorian. Oh, these are running fast too fast. My coming past too fast. Got K-Mac, got KN up here as well. Good start for KN. There's been a few rounds this year that he's not made it to. He's doing his best Jet Lawrence 250 impression, riding that front wheel for a very long time. Eventually goes down. Not a great start from Marco. I don't know who Gubod is, but he's running a Suzuki, so you have to respect it. I like people riding different bikes. We've then got Davey up here as well. Nice, good stuff. Morningwood went down. Troy's off to a horrific start. He's in second to last right now, so he's got his work cut out for him. I might try and follow Troy through for a little bit here as we're on these opening few laps. See if he's able to get past any carnage or if he gets caught up in it. He's going to triple his way past the Suzuki. He's going to double past KN. He's got the inside going into this next corner, so he's going to move him out of the way. Still gets the step over. KN actually gets into the back of Troy and goes down. He's now behind Herf. He's going to triple in. Is he going to step on? Yep, steps on, steps off. Everyone filter into the outside here, trying to get a good run for this whoop section. A little bit of bumping, shoving going on in this next turn. Troy goes up the inside. Aggressive pass on Herf there. Lets his presence be known. Makes a good move. He's making pretty quick moves, though, which is what you need. Then I think Herf gets into the back of Troy as well. So Troy proceeding to make a couple of passes and then planting his big, juicy arse right in front of people, and they can't get back past. This is un-Troy-like. And he's saying that Dan White's on Troy's account now. Should we ban Troy? Marco going down. Davey going down as well. That should give Troy another 2 positions. I don't think Davey's going to get this Dragon's back clean. No, he doesn't. So lots of passes happening in quick succession for Troy. But hey, if that grinding's been going on, he's been setting these world records on the public tracks at the moment, he should be in tip-top condition to be riding around this track tonight. Gets a little double here. He hugs that inside really nicely as well. Oh, does get into the bales though. Davey's going to get into the back of him. They both somehow stay up on the bike. So with those quick passes, Troy's made his way up into 16th place. So we'll see if he can push much further forward. Your ex-Supercross 250 champion, Mr. Keegan. He is up here in 12th position, just behind Reed on the Fantic machine. There's 3 Fantics in this race. That's not too bad. We've got a couple of them. Not a great start for Ocean as well. Ocean's made into a fair few races so far this year. He's in 11th right now. Good start, however, for Eggship. He's in a comfy transfer spot in 6th. Dizzle must have made a bunch of mistakes because he was up there very, very early on. He was up into 2nd place at one point, and he finds his way all the way back now. He's battling for Dorian for, I think, this like 7th spot. There are cuts that come into play that are kind of causing the leaderboards to be a little bit funny, a bit hard to keep track of sometimes. Steiner getting a better start than he usually does as well. He's in top 5. He's got Braden just in front of him. These two are teammates, so I don't imagine too aggressive of a pass. They might be in a call together. No idea. Maybe Steiner will be like, I'm coming up the inside. Please, please get out of my way. So, okay, so he's going triple in, then checking up, and then quadding out. But I think that quad out's got to be so difficult because you lose all your momentum when you check up mid-rhythm section there. But he gets a good drive through the whoops. Goes up the inside of Braden. He's going to make the pass. That's going to move Steiner up into P3 when they go across the line. Boy chilling in a very comfortable P2. However, who is the most comfortable right now on the track is Mr. Cameron Box. Up in the lead. Nice, comfortable 4-second lead. Led from the white line around turn 1. Is he going to ride it all the way home over the finish line and give himself a great advantage over Tyler going into the main event with a much better gate selection? I think that could come down to it. If Cam's lined up on the inside and he gets the same start that he did in this race, it could be curtains. It could be game over for everybody else. Reed is still trying to work his way up a little bit. He's out of a transfer spot right now, and I know that he would be liking to make it in here. He really was finding his flow, I think, on the back end of SMX this year. Getting some really good positions, some good starts as well. And I think he just expects a little bit better than the 11th that he's in now. After, who was it that made a mistake just then? Don't know. Troy's working his way through even more. Troy is, he's only up into 15th, so he's only gained 1 position since we last checked in. But there's a whole bunch of riders in front of him, so a couple of mistakes and he'll be in the position that he needs to be. It's still very, very possible. Nobody wants to see a Wild Jan going through to the LCQ. You hate to see that. He's got Ocean messing up the rhythm just in front of him, so that will enable Troy just to gain a little bit extra time. Going outside, good run through the whoops as well. Yeah, gaining plenty of time on him there. Keegan is just now on cuts. He's in a transfer spot. So he's in 10th on track, but he's in 9th on timing. And that's the important thing. So Reed actually needs to try and pull away, which is no easy feat. As I said, Keegan, former Supercross champion. So if you're going to be trying to pull away from everybody, that's probably not who you want to be trying to pull away from. But they're still running a good pace together. Oh, Keegan getting a bit sketchy. Somehow keeps it up on 2 wheels. He might get a second of cuts for that. Depends how strict the timing gates are on here. But he's done very well to keep it up on 2 wheels. That's going to enable Ocean to close in a little bit more. Dorian getting the rhythm section wrong. That's going to enable Reed to move up 1 more position. He's now right on the back of Eggshit. I'm noticing a few more guys choosing to go on the inside here in this section rather than the outside. I think it probably works out a bit better. Probably does. I think because they're not going for a massive tyre tap, they're just choosing to bounce off the middle jump and get over. It's a lot safer than if you're trying to go full send and hit the tyre tap there. Cam has extended his lead out to now 9 seconds over Boy, so he's feeling himself. He's got a big old flow going. Troy up into the 13th spot now. He needs to gain 5 seconds by the looks of it. However, all of the people that he needs to pass, you can see them all just in front of him, so this is very doable. We've got 30 seconds plus 1 lap left to go. So based on where Cam is on the track, he's right there. He's got 25 seconds. No, I don't think 25 seconds is enough time for him to get to the finish. So there's going to be 1 lap left to go for these boys to make all the passes that they need. Cammy's definitely feeling himself. These two getting quite aggressive with each other by the looks of it. Morningwood and Hearth going back and forth there into the left-hand 180. So we've got Boy still sitting in a very comfortable P2. I think this might be his best heat race of the year. Steiner in P3, he'll be happy with that. Good gate pick for the main event. Got Braden has run a bit of a lonely P4, I would say. He's been there quite a long time. Dizzle in P5 though, still respectable for the OAP. And then we've got Wes as well. Wes had a really good round. It was either round 1 or round 2. Can't remember which. But he ended up winning his LCQ race, I believe. I think that might have been the race where he stopped because he thought that it was done, and then he carried on going again after realising that there was still 1 lap left to go. So Cam has started the last lap. Look at all these guys right on top of each other. Troy has made a pass on Keegan, actually, and he manages to go. They both get past Reed. Reed going down in the whoops. I don't know how Troy managed to go so far left there without getting sketchy. He basically just turned hard left mid-whoop section. So as you go across the line here, Troy is in 11th, so he does have an extra second, maybe 2 seconds of cuts over Keegan. So Keegan does not have to make that pass. However, they do both need to make at least one pass to even be in for a chance to get into the top 9. Ocean is the man in the last transfer spot right now. That is your 9th place. He's got Dorian in 8th, just in front of him. Eggshit in 7th, just in front of them as well. And this rhythm section's been catching a few people out if they tag the back ends. Everyone getting through it clean. Troy gets through clean. Keegan gets through clean. So does Davey, so does Reed. So everyone performing on the last lap here. Eggshit choosing to go inside. Dorian outside. Ocean's messed it up a little bit. Troy got into the bales by mistake. That's going to enable Keegan to go past him. Is Keegan being able to push forwards? He needs to make this pass on Ocean. There's about 3 corners left to go. Cam's done his thing. Cam's across the line in first. Boy crossing the line in second. Ocean messing up the rhythm section. No, he's just taking an alternative line. Dorian went off there. That might be another second of cuts for Dorian. It's all going to come down to these last couple of corners. Troy getting muscled out of the way through the whoops by Keegan. Keegan gave him nowhere to go. Troy goes down. He tried absolutely everything. So as you go across the line, Eggshit's through, Ocean's through, and Keegan is going to come through in 10th position, just missing out on that final transfer spot. What a great battle there in the last 2 laps between those 3 or 4 riders. Troy could not get it done. He's going to the LCQ. Reed's going to the LCQ. Marco's going to the LCQ. A few people there you would expect to be making it straight through, but it goes to show how important the start is in these Supercross tracks. Really, really important to get out of the gate well. So Cam wins, Boy in 2nd, Steiner in 3rd, Braden in 4th, Dizzle in 5th, Wes in 6th, Dorian in 7th, Eggshit in 8th, and then Ocean will finish in 9th in your final transfer spot through to the main event. Keegan in 10th, through to Herf in 20th, through to the LCQ. And Aiden just made a good point. Only 7 seconds between 6th place and 13th place. This track seems to be creating some really, really good close racing today. So props to the track creator there. Especially in a section like this that I thought would be very one-lined. I thought it would be outside triple all the way. But I've seen a lot of people hugging it tight on the inside here, doubling in, and then going on, off, quadding into the corner, which gives them a really good run around this berm here, and then a great slingshot through the whoops. So it's a case of, whilst it might not be faster from here to here, you kind of have to look at from the landing of this jump all the way to the end of the whoops as kind of one section. You end up being in a net positive when you go inside by the end of the whoops. Good racing there. That was a good one to watch. Let's update the overlay as well. We're through the heat races already. Next up, we've got our LCQ. Any drama in chat? Oh, I do see drama straight away. Okay, we'll stop looking at that. Wee become a member for 8 months in a row, and an intermediate member as that, not just the rookie. Thank you very much, Wee. I appreciate that. Our baby is almost here. I'm hoping that you're the one that's carrying it, because I'm fat enough as it is. I don't need an extra child up inside of me. Thank you for carrying it through the full 9 months. Hopefully it passes with not much problem at all. We all know how baggy you are, so it should just slide right on out. Now, boy, you're performing today. I'm throwing it out there. I'm saying you had a great qualifying, good start. That start was really important, so hopefully you can carry that through to the main event as well and get your best result. Hello, Moto Man. Welcome back to the stream. Congratulations again on your and your country's performance, respectively, yesterday. Now, we was having a little bit of a, not a debate, but a conversation between Narvo and I on stream yesterday, Chase. And I'm interested to hear it from the horse's mouth. So, whilst you and Rax were battling for that 2nd position with Tyler in 1st, I was of the opinion that you would be the kind of person that would be more than happy to just let Rax get the 2nd and you chill in 3rd because you know that's all that USA needed to win. However, Narvo seemed to think that because that you almost have like a point to prove to Rax and you would want to beat him. And I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that. I know you did end up beating him anyway, and I think it was because of cuts at the end. But what was in your mind kind of 10 minutes into that race when you and Rax were 2nd and 3rd going back and forth? I like the Grand Canyon. That's an outrageous statement. Oh, you had a great start, Wills. And then just rode it in home. Top 9 is all you need. From an ex-racer perspective, I thought you, Rax, and Chase, but I feel like you two are smart enough to know the situation. So it's like you can race side by side, respectively or respectfully enough, without yeeting each other and costing the country, if that makes sense. So it's like you can battle without kind of pushing it to that next level where you might want to like elbow each other out of the way if it wasn't a team job. Cam did hit a massive choke in both starts of his races. He had to charge way through the pack. But then I did notice, obviously you guys have to remember, being from Great Britain myself, there's always going to be some sort of bias, even if I don't mean there to be. I was curious how it ended up working that both Tyler and Cam in the last race both ended up on really far outside gates. I'm guessing it's because the same server was used in all 3 races and the whitelisting system might have been a bit funky. But as soon as I saw that, before the gate even dropped, I was like, oh, it's chalked, we're finished. I had no idea how Tyler managed to yank a whole shot from as far out wide as he was. Congratulations, Eggshit. I know, I've seen you in a fair few LCQs so far this season. Well done on making it straight through, top 9. But no, I really, I can't emphasize it enough, I had so much fun commentating that last night. Narvo is a very good commentating buddy. What I like about me and Narvo as a duo last night is he's got like the goated commentating voice to get everybody hyped up like the start of a race and things like that. And I feel like my selling point is having like the race experience to kind of know what people are thinking at certain points, why they're taking certain lines. Well, where I've raced against a bunch of the people competing as well, I kind of know how they work and think individually, so it's like almost predicting what they're going to do. I really enjoyed it. If it happens again next year, obviously, there's always a question mark because MTG is going to exist, and it depends how well received that is and what happens in that game. But if there is another MX Bikes and Nations next year, I would quite like to do it again, if the opportunity is there. I look jolly in my suit and tie. I wasn't going to put on a suit and tie until Narvo said he was going to do it, and I was like, oh, I can't let him upstage me here. I have to try and match the vibe. My day's going well, thank you, Eggshot. I've had a great day. I've been sitting here playing Battlefield all day, and Linda has put in Girlfriend of the Century levels of work, and she's cleaned basically the entire house from top to bottom. So we're going to have to get her a ring at some point. It's crazy work from her. She's put in a shift. One of my biggest issues that I find, based on that point you just said there, Self, and I've already noticed it happened quite a few times in today's stream, I do stumble on my words some point, or I'll have a bit of brain fog, so I either can't put the right word in the place I want it to be, or I will stutter on a word to the point where I have to stop, reload the sentence, and go again. And as soon as I do that, I just feel like Ricky Carmichael, and I know that everyone hates Ricky Carmichael's commentating. But yeah, fun fact, I did have a speech impediment when I was younger, when I was really little. Couldn't pronounce some words properly. I notice I do stutter on occasion. At the same time, thank you very much, Austin, I know that is a byproduct of it as well. At the same time, my sleep yesterday was hella chalked. I tried to have a little nap before it all kicked off as well, which definitely helped a little bit. Right, gamers, have I got the overlay on? We do. LCQ. Right, LCQ time. So, we have got some big names in here. We've got Wigan, Jesus Christ, just as I talk about getting things wrong. We've got Keegan, and we've got Willie. See what I did there? Combine the two together by mistake. We've got Davey in here, we've got Lipasek, we've got Troy, we've got JS7, we've got Reed, we've got Breezy, we've got Marco. There are some people that are not going to be happy with the result of this race. Really not happy at all. There's probably about 8 people that should be going through this. So let's see. Revs are up. The gates are down. Great jump out there from Morningwood. However, it is on the outside. It's not going to do him too well. Good start from Marco. He's going to keep it on around the outside. Vixnev with a good start. Breezy just next to him. We've got some UK and Oceanic. I don't know if Vixnev is Aussie or New Zealand, so I don't want to say one or the other. He's going to take fish number 2 down. Nobody else seemed to get caught up in that, though. So far, so good. Troy has not had an amazing start, but it could definitely be worse. He's still up there in a relatively good position, so he just might have to make 1 or 2 passes. Let's try and follow him through. Breezy is going to be the man that's going to lead them all through, up and over the finish line to start off lap number 1. So, Vixnev in 2nd, Lipo in 3rd with a good start. Keegan in 4th. We've got K-Mac in 5th, Davey in 6th. Everyone's still oh, Troy going down. He pushed that front end a bit too hard, going to the inside there. And Reed trying to go to the inside as well. I was just about to comment. I'm so shocked seeing everybody go to the outside here, filtering, when you could make an aggressive block pass up the inside. Willie jumping into the back of JS7. Willie's going to go down. He's going to get collected by Moto 910 as well. Willie's in the absolute bin right now. He's going to get about 17 seconds of cuts from that track re-entry as well. So Willie might be going for an early shower, early bedtime. Breezy still leading us through though. Liposex moved up into P2. So Vixnev dropping down into the 3rd spot. Keegan in 4th place with K-Mac just next to him. Oh, aggressive move there from K-Mac. Left the brakes off really late. Keegan definitely felt that bump up the bum from him. So he wasn't able to get the rhythm section clean. So he's going to be in an alternative rhythm now. He's still, however, in your final transfer spot. Oh, I thought Vixnev went down. That was just a little bit of ping difference. Davey rocking along here in the P5 spot. Just 1 out. I think there's some cuts coming into play as well, because Marco's actually behind these 2. Yeah, I think Davey's got some cuts looking at it, so Marco's actually in 5th, although he's 6th on track. Look at this tight battle going on here. One mistake from any of these, and they'll be falling out of a transfer position. Breezy just doing what he needs to do out in front. Oh, although I say that, commentator's curse, he goes down, he gets the dragons back wrong. Not the first time that's happened to him today. I saw him get it wrong in his heat race as well. And then Davey and Vixnev getting into each other. Marco getting into the back of him. They're all getting hung up in this right-hander here. And I think that all stems just from the leader's mistake. Troy dive into the inside. There might be a second of cuts there. He cut that really, really tight. But after Troy went down on the end of lap 1, he's having a good comeback ride here. And he definitely has the pace. I think he's had the best qualifying result that he has done all season long. And people have said he's been putting in a bit of a grind so far without any races going on, trying to hunt some world records. So in terms of actual game speed and how he feels on the sticks right now, he's probably feeling really good, but he just can't catch a break out of the start gate. So he's going to make that pass on Weto. That's going to move him up into P7, I believe. So he's still got a lot of time to gain. Davey is the man in the power position right now as he goes over the line in 4th place. We've got Lipsec has moved up into the lead after the drama with Breezy going down and collecting a few people. And Lipo's been quite consistent, I think, with his racing over the last 2 days at least, from what I've watched. So I don't see any huge mistakes coming out of him. Breezy slotted into that 2nd spot, Keegan in 3rd, and then Davey in 4th. And they have got a bit of a comfortable gap over Marco here in P5. Vixnev is in 6th. He gets a little bit whiskey on the landing of that triple. K-Mac working his way through. KN might be going home early as well. Not ideal from him. Same with OT. See if we got any other big names back here. Willie is way, way, way down. Reed has retired, so Reed not getting a great start in this. He's actually said no. Maybe it's a mechanical. Maybe the black stopped working. So Reed's had enough. He's not making it through. Willie is still down in 18th place, so he's not going to be making it through. JS7 is down in 15th. He's not going to be making it through. There are some heavy hitters not going through to the main event tonight. But what that does mean is it opens the door for a couple of new faces that we might not have seen in these races before. Troy getting a great drive through the whoops there. That SPX suspension hooking up really, really well for him. And I have to admit, anytime I use Splash's suspension in Supercross, it does go through the whoops very nicely. Don't use it in outdoors, though. I usually copy whatever Chase is running in outdoors. But for Supercross, really, really good stuff. So where is Troy at? He's in 8th place right now. Oh, he needs to gain about 7 seconds in 2 minutes and 40 seconds plus a lap. That's going to be a tall order for Troy. We'll cross our fingers and our toes, see if he can get it done. But I mean, the lead is right there. They're not a million miles away. I think some cuts come into play here. But Lipo's still leading them through. Keegan's sitting in that 2nd spot. He's made his way around Breezy. And Davey's actually keeping a really good pace right now. He's the lone KTM in this race. So doing it for the orange enjoyers. And then 5th place, we've got Vixnev, Marco, and Troy all battling for that 5th possession on top of each other. Is there someone that I can't see? I see Weto. Oh no, Weto's there, so there's definitely cuts from these 3 guys in front. Troy diving up the inside there, making the pass on Marco. See if he can make any more time up. I mean, this is the gap. 4th place right here, 5th place halfway through the whoops. So if there's any mistakes from the guys out in front, they are going to be in some serious trouble. And again, I need to do a little bit of glazing to the track creator. Top 14 right now. It's a 30-second gap from 1st to 14th. Which still, it might sound like a lot, but from what we usually see in MX bikes racing, that's not a massive gap whatsoever. And only 12 seconds from 1st through to 8th is really, really good stuff. So this track, yeah, causing some really, really close racing. And I'm loving it so far from this side of the sticks. But Troy is... I mean, you can see he's trying everything that he can. He's staying lower than I'd usually see him stay in rhythm sections. Yeah, the issue is, we've got Troy from the US, we've got Vixnev, who I think is probably on about 2... Oh my god, Troy! Oh, wrong place, wrong time! Buddy is definitely going to moan in the TikTok after that. Jesus Christ, Moto 910 getting the opposite rhythm section wrong. Collects Troy with him, and I think that might be it. That might be the nail in the coffin. That is probably going to be the end of the Jan's night, unfortunately. Sometimes in Supercross you have to be just as lucky as you are good. That's just the way it runs. Keegan has made his way past Lipsec now. He's going to go across the line in the lead. We've then got Breezy in P3 and Davey still holding strong in P4. All these boys running at exactly the same pace as each other. They've been in a big old train. Running a train on it, crazy style, for the last 3 laps or so. Breezy's going to go down. He's going to get relegated to 4th now, and he is in trouble. Vixnev is right behind him. Right behind him. And do you reckon there's going to be cuts come into play? Vixnev dive into the inside. Aggressive pass. Oh, you can see the pin coming into play. Breezy goes down, but Breezy gets going again. Vixnev gets a really bad respawn there. He does get flung, but Marco's going to be working his way through now. We've now got UK versus American ping. Breezy going to the inside. Just marking his territory, not getting aggressive at all, just planting his bike where it needs to be. So we've got a great battle for this final transfer spot here in this LCQ race. Same as the last heat race as well. There's been such good battles going on to try and get these guys through to the main event. And what that does mean with all this drama is the Jan. Oh, every time I watch him, he makes a mistake. I was about to say, that brings Troy back into the mix. There is genuinely a chance that he could get this done. Breezy making more mistakes. Marco going back past. Great drive through the whoops of Breezy. Is he going to go up the inside? Aggressive pass. He yeets Marco up the booty cheeks. These are 2 underage men going at it. Jesus Christ, what am I talking about? Going at it at the end of the whoops. Marco's going to make his way past again. Some aggressive riding, moving from right to left, getting in front of Breezy. That's going to enable Troy to get even closer. It is the last lap right now. Keegan is still leading them through with Lipsec right behind him. This is the battle for the final transfer spot right here, though, and I think there are cuts at play. I think Marco has an extra second of cuts over Breezy. He's diving to the inside. He takes him down. They both go down. Troy gets collected again. They're all trying to get going at the same time. Nobody wants this final transfer position. Everybody getting their elbows out today. And then Troy gets... I don't know what... I don't know whose fault that was really there. I feel like Weto just rode underneath Troy when he could have easily gone to the right or the left. So this race really not going the way of the Jan. I think he had many opportunities there, but just too many mistakes. So what that does mean is Marco, as much as he's trying not to make it through, he is in the final transfer spot, but he needs to beat Breezy by a second. Troy tripling in. Oh, he's bouncing on it crazy style as well. He returns the favour. He lands on Weto this time. Takes them both down, so they're both out the running. Breezy might... Oh, I think that might be bigger than a second gap. Marco's going to go over the line. Marco gets it. Breezy goes across the line. Breezy gets him on cuts by half a second. So after all the drama is said and done, after all the elbows from all the takeouts, Keegan is going to win the LCQ. Lipsec in second. Davey in third. Solid ride for Davey, by the way. Have to give him his flowers there. And then Breezy is going to be the final man to make it through. People not making it through who you would expect to go to the night show. Marco, Troy, Willie in there as well. JS7 in there, Reed in there. So many familiar faces not making it through the last chance qualifier. Oh, what a good race. My voice is going already. I feel like I haven't stopped yapping for the last 30 minutes. Troy down bad in the next vid. Has he been making videos on these races? Yeah, good racing all around. There's definitely going to be some words in chat now. Troy's just gone. Troy's gone. He's dipped. He's out. That's understandable. That's not what you want to have happen. This is giving me flashbacks of 2025 Supercross Troy. Going to the LCQs and then not quite making it. Oh, Jesus. What good racing we've had so far tonight. Change the overlay. Main event time now. Dun, 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 dun. And the great part is, after this, I get to play some Battlefield. Dun, 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 dun. He's going to come in here and crash out. No, I feel like that's the kind of race where the PC just gets turned off and you walk away from it. Reed is coming in here as well and crashing out a bit. I've just scrolled up and I see that. I say Breezy got the elbows out in that one. Him and Marco were going back and forth multiple times. Something else I think of other than Battlefield? No, not right now. I've been a miserable fucker for like the last year, maybe 2 years, because I just haven't found any enjoyment out of video games. But combine the Battlefield release the last 2 days, as well as the commentating last night and today, I'm having a really, really good time. So I'm gonna ride that high as long as I can. We get to reel it back in though. That LCQ was very, very chaotic. I will say the white monsters haven't been hitting the last 2 days as they usually do. I don't know if I've just overdone it and I need to change flavors, but they're not hitting the spot as much as they usually do. Nice crisp monster in the morning. No, I don't even find Battlefield to be sweaty though. I have such a chill time playing Battlefield. And the weird thing is that when I play Call of Duty, you are not rewarded for playing objective at all. You just run around and get kills. Whereas in Battlefield, let's say I'm playing like a domination type mode where you have to capture different flags. I'll happily just go and sit on the flag in a corner and just be a rat and hide. And I don't have to get kills. I just have fun playing the objective as well. Yes, Brock, that is incredibly bad. You are causing irreversible damage to your body. Especially at 15 years old, you do not need to be drinking energy drinks at all. You should already have that much energy in you. But, you know, as me being an old man, I need to take all the energy wherever I can find it. We're the same age and not old yet. Not in terms of like human years, Sterret, but in terms of MX bikes years, we should be claiming a pension at this point. Like we are full on unk status. I need a do rag. I mean, I need something to cover the hairline, I guess. Energy drinks are one of them thing, and I know that I'm no better than the rest because I usually have like one a day at the moment, and unless I run out and I just can't be bothered going to the store. But every time I do go, anytime I go and do like the weekly shop with Linda, I'll buy like a pack of monsters. I mostly just drink it for the taste and anything else. The issue is once you have a lot of them, you are gonna feel shit without them. If you can wean yourself off and you stay off of them for like a week or 2 weeks, you don't need them anymore. It's like if the same thing if you start eating a bunch of junk food, that's what your body starts craving and it's what you want more. Whereas if you take yourself off of junk food for a couple of weeks, you don't get the junk food cravings anymore. I'm 29, Fuzzy. I'm hitting the big 3-0 next year. And I feel I don't mind being called Unc when I hit 3-0. I feel like that's fair. Midlife crisis coming real soon. It's so weird as well, because like, if you was to remove any knowledge of how old I am and say how old do you feel, I'd still say somewhere in the teens. I still enjoy my video games. Still like all the same things I liked when I was younger. It's just the body around the brain is withering away. I think I know the oldest MX Bikes player. So Kent, who I've not seen him in a while to be fair, but he used to hop in the streams now and then. I've had a few one-on-one coaching sessions with him. He is 55. He lives in Hawaii. And he's got so much money, he just gets to go and play golf with his buddies all the time. Sounds like a great life. But yeah, Kent is 55, and MX Bikes is the only video game he's ever played. Ever. And obviously he used to ride motorbikes in real life, and now this is kind of how he gets to experience it again. And I think that's so fucking cool. Yeah, Kent's a very nice guy. Damn, everybody's already joined in the lobby, so just waiting for him to sink in, and then it'll be main event time. I think I say this every single week. I can't believe how quickly we get through these nights. I think it's just because there's one class, you know, you're not going back and forth between 250s and 450s. Yeah, one of the biggest insults I always see people give me these days, besides the hair, of course, is just saying, like, grown man playing video games. And the only two responses I can ever really give, which they obviously never work because the young'uns will be quite hard-headed anyway. They're not usually open to hearing other opinions. The first one is, I guarantee your dream would be able to earn money playing video games as a job. And then the second one is gone from my head. Second one is that there's no point where, let's say you're 22 and then the clock hits midnight and you turn 23. You don't just suddenly stop enjoying playing games. It doesn't go away. You might get to play them less if you have like a normal 9 to 5 and you've got more responsibilities and things like that. But you don't like enjoy playing them less. Like, it's still fun. I've got, I would say as far as age goes, in terms of, I've got insane reaction times. Like, I know I'm arse on a motocross bike in real life, but for the first 5 feet, once the gate drops, I'm sick, because my reactions when the gate drops is like that. Like, it's so quick. And then after that, I get out of breath after the start straight, because I'm fat, and I don't go outside. Right, gamers. What gate has Tyler ended up on? I can't even see him unless he's changed bike. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's changed his bike. So Tyler is just to the left of the box. Oh, he almost had a good start. The front wheel came up a bit too high. So he's going to be screwed. He gets taken down by Keegan. Keegan, very aggressive, left the brakes off there from the tight inside. So Mr. B. Durag Dub Williams, he is going to get your whole shot, taking the alternative line here. Let's see how this works out, actually. So Brock going to quad in, going up the inside of Cam. Cam, I think, checked over his shoulder there for a second. I know these two have had their fair share of dramas. Cam going in deep. He takes Brock down, gets the pass made early on. That's going to set Brock back quite a few positions, and Cam is going to go across the line in the lead. Just as I was saying, they've had their fair few dramas. Cam asserts his authority, takes him down. That is why Cam has the red plate. He's been in the right place at the right time. Rye Guy, Team Canada's best performer yesterday at MX Bikes of Nations, he is up into second place. That is a Moto Academy 1-2. That seems to be a recurring theme these days. Keegan, former 250 Supercross champion, he is in third place. Great start for him. And then Breezy, the man who got the last transfer spot in the LCQ, getting a fourth place start. Exactly where he needs to be. Davey in fifth, Dorian in sixth, Cloud in seventh, Tyler in eighth. So a better start for Tyler than he had in the in his heat race, sorry, in this main event. He's going to be looking to work his way forwards. He's got Neon just behind him. Brock went from first place all the way down to P10 just in the space of the first lap, probably all influenced by Cam's aggressive move. So Cam doing exactly what he needs to do. Splash just behind Brock there, not a great start for Splash, especially when them two had great heat races. Brock going down again before that corner. Oh my god, there's chaos going on in the back. KFC and Ocean getting into each other. KFC's bike's in a different postcode. Jesus, he went flying. Cam goes across the line. He is going to leave your first lap here in Brazil. He is 3 seconds ahead of Rye Guy. Breezy has made his way around Keegan. Keegan's back to 4th. Davey's still sat in that 5th spot. Dorian, the Frenchman, he is in 6th. We've got Tyler making early moves, so he gets around Cloud. That's Splash making a few moves as well. He's got Brock just behind him. Another Motor Academy rider in Braden. He is sat back in P14. Not a good start from Steiner by the looks of it. Steiner is back in the 15th spot. Eggshit going down. Ocean just managing to dodge him there. We've got Wes with who a respectable result. I think he made it straight through the heat race, didn't he? He's up here trying to put in a shift. Dizzle, a bit of a worse start than we're used to seeing for him. He's been having some really, really good results so far in this NSP Championship. And not the race that he would have wanted so far today. We'll see if he can make his way back through the pack as this race progresses. Got Braden going off the track here. That allows Steiner to get past. Boyer going over the bars there. I don't know if he tried hitting the tyre tap and got the timing wrong. Steiner making another pass as Cloud messes up. Neon hugging this inside here. I do like seeing these guys taking this alternative line and hugging the inside in this corner. I do think it works out better by the end of the whoops. So Cam is now still only 3.5 seconds. I was about to say he's extended his lead, but Rye Guy running a really good pace today. Keegan's able to get through. Tyler is already up into the 5th spot, so Tyler is on a hell of a charge right now. And in the grand scheme of things, he's only 9 seconds off of Cam in the lead. So with 17 minutes still left to play in this race, Tyler could definitely still be in with a chance at this race win. He gets around Davey as well with a really, really nice pass there up and over that roller. So he's going to move his way up into 4th. And after going down in the start, he did get taken down by Keegan. Keegan is the next person in line for Tyler. So we'll see if he gets the elbows out, tries to be a bit aggressive with a pass back, or if he's just going to try and play it safe, just get the pass done, and then try and continue moving forwards. He choosing to go to the inside there, hitting a little tap. KFC is doing some degenerate shit. He's kind of cutting the track, looking for people to take out, potentially, maybe. Aiden, I'm not sure if you're admin in this, but KFC needs kicking from the lobby if you have access to the server console right now. He is constantly cutting the track and looking to take Ocean out. So if you could remove him from the race, that would be ideal. And this, what he's doing right now, is gonna... There you go. That is exactly why you get him gone from the races, because he has now fucked Cam, and that's going to ruin Cam's lead just a little bit, making a mistake from there. So Rye Guy is now going to be closing up a bit. Good job, Aiden, there. He got him gone. Tyler has made his way up into 3rd already. He passed Keegan in the space of a lap. I think Keegan might have gone down, because Davies made his way past as well, and now he has all kinds of problems behind him in the form of Dorian and Splash. So we'll see if Splash can make some more moves. He's been working his way through the field nicely. Yep, KFC is gone from the lobby, boys. Have no fear. He has been disqualified. He's gone already. Davey still chilling up here. Let's make our way a little bit further forward. So Tyler is already on the back of Rye Guy. And I know that Cam did get held up by a little bit from the Ocean and KFC drama, but Tyler is only 5.5 seconds back from the lead. And remember, Tyler was our fastest qualifier. He got a bit unlucky with his start in the heat race, so wasn't really able to show his speed in that heat race. Oh, he gets into the bows there. Bad exit coming out that corner. That's going to enable Rye Guy to get a bit more breathing room. Splash trying to go up the inside of Dorian. He's going to have the inside in this next corner as well. He plays it nice. He slots in behind the Frenchman. Brock and Keegan going at it. Keegan keeping it clean as well. Neon just behind them. The old man Dizzle making up a few places. He was in around 15th last time we saw. He's up to 11th place now. Boy getting the rhythm section wrong. So Boy's had a good night up until this point. The main event not really going the way he would have liked it. He had a great qualifying session. He had a great heat race. And not a great start in the main event, however. Steiner, bad start of him as well. He's trying to do his best to work his way through. He's in 17th right now. Can't wait to see that video. We love a Steiner edit when things haven't gone too well. We like seeing a little bit of a Steiner rage. Cam working his way through. I think Cam's pulled out a bit of a gap again now. Yeah, Tyler's now down to 8.6 seconds behind. So about 3 seconds lost by Tyler in that one lap alone. Breezy's in a respectable top 10 right now. He's going to have trouble from Dizzle real soon, though. Another... How many Moto Academy riders have we got in this race, by the way? Got 1, 2, 3, 4... maybe 4. It felt like it was more than that. We got a lot of Moto Academy riders in here. No wonder the download size is a gigabyte. Jesus. Rye Guy. Ocean being a good lapper there for Rye Guy. Easy for Ocean to lose his head after getting targeted by KFC for a while there. But good to see he's still paying attention, moving out of the leader's way, letting them do their normal race. Lipo and Braden having a good battle here. Braden keeping it very, very clean. He probably could have dived to the inside there and moved Lipo out wide. He gets into the back of him, and Lipo goes down. That's unfortunate for him. Boyer might be able to gain a position here, as Lipo's not going to be able to send the finish line jump. They're going to come out quite even. Steiner going across there. We've got Budget Styles, who made it straight through the heat race, actually. He's not had a great one. Or Wheels with a bit of a stinky race here as well, which you hate to see. He had a great heat race. He finished in about P5, P6. He's all the way back in 19th so far. So where is Mr. Cameron Box? That's egg shit. He's still circulating around there. There he is. So Cam is at the end of the whoops. He's putting away a big old lead. He's now 8 seconds in front of Ryguy and 10 seconds in front of Tyler. So that lead was a little bit scary for a short amount of time. Oh my god, Tyler, hold on to it, buddy. All kinds of sideways going through the whoops right there. I think we need to give a round of applause for Davey right now. Davey is absolutely performing today. He had a great LCQ. He's having a great main event so far as well, went to P4. He has got Splash just behind him, though. Your SMX champion for the NA region. So Splash does know his way around a Supercross style track. He has had Mr. BW right in front or right behind him all night long, though. I wonder if Brock's going to start charging by the hour. These two have been so close together. But they seem to be hitting basically the same lines, other than that one rhythm section where Brock prefers going inside to Splash's outside. But their pace has been basically identical all night long. And both of these are on an absolute charge right now. I would not be surprised to see both of these pass Davey. Brock gets it wrong, though. I think he tried stepping over the table there. Doesn't get over it enough. Gets the back end caught up and causes him to go sideways. So that is going to promote Splash back up into that 5th spot. Davey is completely legit, by the way. I don't know if there's any sus stuff going on, if there's any accusations, but no, Davey has been around for a while. He didn't have the best of MX of Nations yesterday for Team Netherlands. But he's clearly finding a flow around the track tonight, so he's loving it. We've got Ocean still here. Tyler's been making a hell of a lot of mistakes these last couple of laps, so he's now 17 seconds behind your race leader and red plate holder, Mr. Cameron Box. And with this as well, Cam is just going to extend his points lead further and further. Chapstick, who I think is in P2 in the championship right now, he has not showed up tonight, so it's really down to, I think, Splash and Brock to try their best to start taking some wins away from this guy, because over the last, I would say, maybe all of 2025, I think it's fair to say, that Cam has really been putting in a shift. Like, he's really found his flow. His speed's been insane. He looks comfortable as well. Sometimes there's a lack of consistency there, but that does not seem to be the case today. Today, he's putting in a performance. And so Davey not falling to the crutches of these two boys just behind him. And then, I mean, that's a great lineup, by the way. We've got EU 250 Supercross champion Neon. We've got two-time American 250 Supercross champion Keegan. We've got this year's 450 SMX winner Splash. We've got Brock, who Brock's won a chip before, hasn't he? Brock's won a Supercross championship. Like, Davey is not in bad company at all. He's got some fast boys right on his cheeks, but he's still doing really well. Really well. So you've got to give a round of applause where it's due there. Boy and Lipo just in the background having a good battle, going at it with each other. Kind of staying on this, because these guys are all close enough together where one mistake can cause about 4 positions to be lost. And that mistake might come from Brock, but luckily for him, Splash makes a mistake at exactly the same time. Separate from each other, just making a mistake in the same part of the track. That's going to enable Keegan to close in just a bike length or two, getting ever closer. You can throw a sheet over these guys. Oh, is Keegan going to have the speed to get over that triple? Barely. He has to tap the back brake as he comes into land there. All these guys working their way through. Alternative lines here. Now, see, all these choosing to go around the outside there. I like this line that Neon's taken, and it was actually quicker. He got hung up a little bit on the tyre tab. He wasn't able to get it fully clean, but he still gained time on Keegan. Everyone choosing to step over that, and I think Neon's been going inside here. Oh no, goes to the outside this time, so switching it up. Able to do it both ways, depending on what the rider in front of him is doing. He's going to step over Keegan. He's going to have the inside going into the whoops here, but Keegan's going to get a better drive. Oh, they meet in the middle. Neon drifts a bit right, and Keegan oversteers in the corner and goes left. And Keegan gets the better of that end. He manages to keep it up on 2 wheels. Neon gets very unfortunate and goes down in the whoops, which means he's going to lose a whole bunch of time. Splash up the inside of Brock. These two have been having such a good battle all night long today. I mean, irrespective of where they end up in the final results, I think they'll be very happy with the way the racing has gone between the two of them. And it's respectful racing as well, which I love to see. I hate when one person plays it clean and then the other one just takes advantage of it and punts the other person. Like, these two have been very respectful, just back and forth, cutting underneath each other. And still, with all this going on behind them, Davey is still sitting here in 4th position. He's hitting his marks, he's getting the rhythms clean, not overdoing it in the corners. Really solid ride from him. Cam is going to go across the line there. We are just past the halfway point in this race. We have 8.5 minutes plus 1 lap left to go. He has pulled out a very, very commanding 18-second lead over Rye Guy, who is still Rye Guy as well, putting in a great performance. Splash informed me yesterday that Rye Guy has moved up to the 450 machine as of the outdoors season this year. So hasn't had the most time in the world. I don't know how much 450 experience he has in indoors, but a really good ride for him tonight. Kind of feeling he's in a bit of a flow state after his good result at Nations yesterday. He's now feeling it in Supercross inside the stadium. He has got Tyler back on his cheeks though. Tyler keeps getting really close and then making a mistake. Budget Styles is a lap down. Davey's still here, and now Brock going past Splash again. I'd love to know how many passes these two have made on each other over the course of the night. It's got to be up in double digits for sure. Ocean is a lap down as well. So we've got Neon here. He has made the pass around Mr. Keegi Weegi. As, was it Reaper used to call him Keegi Weegi? Might have been. Anyway, yeah, Keegan losing a position there. He's going to drop down to 8th. Breezy's still in the top 10, so that's good for Breezy right now. He's sat in the 9th position. And then Dizzle, he had a bad start. He's kind of been making some solid forward progress. I don't know if he's maybe met his match for this race. He's getting up to people now that are the same speed as him. So I don't know how much further forward he's going to go. There's only so much you can do when you don't get out of the gate too well. These two are going to have a good battle real soon, though, I reckon. So I think Tyler's got more raw pace than Rye Guy has around this track, especially with Rye Guy catching the back end there on the downside of that jump. That's going to enable Tyler to get a lot closer. Alternative lines around the corner here. Braden's bike almost collecting them as he goes past. Fortunately, we did not get a Moto 910 and Troy Jan situation from the LCQ there. So, oh, does Tyler get that? Oh my god, he gets that from the inside. That is so impressive. He's going to run alongside. He's going to move his bike to the inside of Rye Guy. Rye Guy, I thought he was going to try and dive back underneath. Good thing he didn't, because Tyler had that marked really well. Alternative lines here. Tyler going inside, hitting the tyre tap. Gains maybe half a bike length. It's nothing crazy at all, but still a little bit of time pulling away. So now these two are going to... Oh, Tyler going a little bit too tight there. I don't think that was intentional at all. We might just mistime that. It wouldn't surprise me if there's cuts if you go too tight around that corner. I mean, Cam's already gone through the finish line. I'm waiting for him. He's disappeared. Where is he? He's all the way up here already. Cam is 20 plus seconds clear. Good lappers as well. Dorian and Wes both heads up lapping. Love to see that. Got to give the lappers respect where it's due. You don't get that all the time, especially in Supercross. So you have to give him a round of applause when it's deserved. Lipo up here. He's not in so much of a battle right now. He's kind of sat around Cloud. I do see Steiner on the leader. Was this Steiner here? Yeah, Steiner's up here. So Steiner got 3rd in his heat race, but just hasn't managed to, I guess, capitalise on that in this main event. Hasn't really found a flow. I see him kind of tagging the back end. He's not downsiding everything perfectly. I don't know if he's in that point right now where he's just trying to go for heaters every single lap. But probably not the main event that he would have liked at all, which is unfortunate for him. A little bit further forwards, we have got Boy, and Boy got 2nd in his heat race, and he was really, really far up there in qualifying. So I think he would have liked even like a top 5. Oh my Christ. Splash and Davey getting into it. Was that some aggressive? That was very aggressive from Splash. Holy. Bro went... Oh my god, Splash had no intention of braking there. That was a super aggressive pass. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that happened earlier on in this race that might have caused that, but I mean, Davey was having a really good run up until that point. He's going to drop back into P6 now. Splash actually kind of stayed... I think he stayed in the same place, because he made the pass on Davey, but he allowed Neon to pass the pair of them with that collision. So Neon now up into a P4. A solid day's racing for him after a not amazing MX of Nations performance yesterday. I think he won't mind admitting that, and he's had a good night of racing so far here. He's up into P4, but he does have quite a big gap if he wants to move any further forwards. Tyler has made the pass on Rye Guy, so he's up into 2nd place now. Splash sat in that 5th place spot. He's a bit lonely now. Breezy or Davey starting to fall back a little bit. I don't know if that takeout's starting to affect his flow and his rhythm, but Breezy getting past, so Breezy's going to move his way up into the 6th spot, so he's going to be very, very happy with that performance. Brock just behind Davey, with Keegan just behind him as well. Now Brock getting aggressive with Davey as well. I feel like Davey's being passed around like all over the place tonight. I don't know what's happened. Everyone getting their elbows out on him. I thought he was an innocent man. I don't know if anything else happened later on. Dizzle getting collected, hitting a cheeky little 360, stays up on 2 wheels. Kind of one of them situations where you'd rather Barbosa would just make you crash rather than you keep going so you can get going quicker. And that is going to enable Steiner to set his eyes on probably about 5 different people here in front of him with all these crashes going on. But I do think he has quite a few cuts, unfortunately. We'll see if Dizzle can make a pass here on Davey. He's right on his cheeks. Is he? Oh, he gets into the bales. Ignore that. Commentator's curse. We'll carry on flying past it as if nothing happened. You've got Keegan and Brock going back and forth at each other. Brock has the inside over the tunnel jump, though. Are they both going to filter to the outside here, or is someone going to go up the inside, make an aggressive pass? Brock gets into the bales, though. He's going to go over the bars and go down. That's going to promote Keegan up into 7th position, with Breezy still running that 6th just in front of him. Splash is by himself just a little bit at the moment. Ocean is a lap down. Eggshit is also a lap down. So we have Neon all the way up here in P4. Still a solid ride from him. We've then got Rye Guy, who's dropped off a little bit towards the back end of this race, but a podium will be great for him. He will be happy with that. Tyler is putting in a good shift, but he definitely gave himself way too much work to do. Cam is still 21.5 seconds clear of the rest of the field, so he's just going to be doing his own thing up in front. No need to try and push too hard. Just bring it home at this point. Let's try and find some more battles. Everyone seems to be just a little bit spread out at the moment. Actually, oh no, Brock going a lap down. So Cam will be smiling ear to ear, as Brock was his biggest rival, and them two have had a bit of drama at the start of this season. Yeah, Cam putting Brock a lap down. Brock will not be happy about that at all, but Cam will be a very happy man indeed. Brock choosing to go inside, still going double on off. Davey going for the bigger line around the outside. And Davey just getting into the back of Brock there and taking the pair of them down together, but Davey does get a quick respawn. I don't think he's going to mind it either, because I did see Brock make a bit of an aggressive pass on him earlier on in the race, just after Splash done exactly the same thing. Got Cloud back here. Wes is circulating in top 15 position. Budget Styles trying to do his best job at being a good lapper. Round of applause for that man, getting out of the way of Braden and then out of the way of TJ as well. Austin, where is Wheels? What position is he in? 17th spot, so not quite the main event that Wheels would have wanted. Neon is making a bit of a charge here for a potential podium position, and he didn't have the most amazing start to this main event, but he's been just making good, steady forward progress this entire time. We've got a minute and a half plus 1 lap left to go. There is a potential here for 3 laps left, depending on where Cam is on the track. He comes up short on the finish line, so he could get that done. If Rye Guy makes enough mistakes, that he could find his way up into a top 3. We got Splash in No Man's Land in P5. Keegan in P6, Breezy, and I thought Boy was a lap down. Boy's been putting in a hell of a charge in the back half of this race. He's made his way around Breezy up into a 7th place spot. So these two are going back and forth a little bit right now. And Keegan isn't that far ahead in 6th place. So Boy, great heat race. Not great start to the main event. Getting a second of cuts there from going off the track by mistake. He could still redeem himself. He's still putting in a charge, still putting in a shift all the way through to the checkered flag. We'll see if Keegan's able to hold him off. I think most of these guys now seem to have this rhythm section basically sorted at this point. So I say that, commentator's curse Steiner. He did try doing it from the inside, however, though. My analog stick right now, I don't know if you can tell. It's getting like really choppy, jerky movement. So if I like try moving it just a little bit, it's a bit like juttery. Not great. Davey still in front of Brock, however. Going well. Oh, Lipo going up behind Cloud. That was a pass for position, getting the elbows out, and now Tyler's got so many people in front of him that he's going to have to try and lap. I mean, you can tell Tyler is really trying to go fast. He is gaining time on the lead. Probably only about half a second a lap, so I don't think it's going to be enough to try and catch up with your race leader. 2 seconds left. Right, the last lap flag is now going to be out. There is your race leader, Mr. Cameron Box on the Moto Academy machine. He's on your last lap, so he's going to lead us through. So everybody else has 1 last lap to try and make the passes count. Davey is hanging on to a P11 right now, and I do feel a little bit sorry for him. He was up in P4 for the longest time and then got caught up in some drama, and he's dropped right back after that. But where is Tyler? Like, the lead that Cam has is actually disgusting. Here we go, the battle for 3rd place. Neon is caught right up to the back of Rye Guy. So we're going to see as we go into this last lap. I'm probably going to stay on board with this battle and see if anything comes from it. Up and over the wall jump. They've got no lappers in front of them, so no distractions at all. It's just these two on the track. Over the finish line. Right, they start their last lap. Both choosing to filter to the outside here. Going to step on, step off. Rye Guy goes for the double. Neon gets the triple. Rye Guy jumping around the corner, though. Neon checking up, playing it safe. They both come out about equal. Oh, Neon's front end tried tucking on him there. He keeps it up on 2 wheels, though. Almost pushed it too far. So they both get the triple here. They do. Clean from the pair of them. Great throttle control from Neon there. He did hold a slightly tighter line, but was still able to get it done. Oh, he goes through the bales. He scrubs it a little bit tight. Alternative lines. Neon's going to go inside. Goes for the tyre tap. Gets it. Not fully clean, though, so Ryguy's going to get a better drive. Cam is your race winner by a comfy 20 seconds. He's across the line already. Great riding from him all night long. Neon up to the inside. Oh, Ryguy checks up and goes back underneath. They both are in the same rhythm now. The outside is the preferred line here. Ryguy is going to control it. He chooses to go to the inside, though. Neon's going to get a better drive through the whoops. Ryguy holds the inside here. Is who's going to be able to scrub this last table the best. And I think Ryguy's got it done. He does just enough. Holds off the Brit. So it's going to be Cam in first, Tyler in second, Ryguy in third, Neon in fourth. Splash is in 5th place all by himself. He did have a good comeback ride there after not a great start. So good stuff from him. We've then got Budget Styles. Can you see? I'm not touching my controller right now and it's moving me forwards. Keegan is going to try and hold off Breezy. Breezy fell back a little bit. So Keegan's going to finish in 6th. A 7th for Breezy I think he'll still be very happy with. And then he's got Steiner all over his booty cheeks, but Steiner has enough cuts to where Breezy hasn't got to worry about that. And then Boy gets him on cuts as well. So Boy finishing 8th, Steiner getting 9th. Dizzle rounding out your top 10. He was the last person to get lapped in that race. And some pretty decent racing all night long, I believe. I think it's good. I think it's some good racing that we had tonight. I'm sorry for you, Ocean. Aiden did get KFC gone once we worked out what was going on. Not ideal situation there at all. Congratulations on the race win, Cam, extending that points lead, keeping that red plate as well. And thank you, everybody, for watching the racing tonight. I hope you had a good time joining me here. That LCQ was probably one of the most exciting LCQs I've ever seen, to be honest. Loads of people going back and forth the entire time. I am going to go and have a pee. I'm going to get some food in me. And then I'm going to grind Battlefield for the rest of the night. So that's what my night's looking like. W stuff. Hope you all had a good time. I appreciate you all sticking around with me. And I promise I will try and do some more just general live streams. Because they are so much more fun than I remember them being. I've had so much fun the last 2 days commentating this. But yeah, good stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you again. See you all next time. Good night.